Hello out there in YouTube land. I am going to be doing a review. Sorry about the glare. I don't know what's up with my things in the background. I'm going to be doing my reviews of this last week's comics that I picked up. So I don't have to do it this weekend because I got my shift switched. So I'm working until 3 o'clock in the morning tonight and then late tomorrow, so I won't have a chance to do it over the rest of the weekend, so I'm doing this now. Weatherman 3. I read the first two, and the first one was good. Second one was okay. I made it a couple pages into this one, and I was just like, okay, no. I don't know. I'm going to try and reread this later. But as of now, I think I'm kind of done with this series. It kind of jumped forward some, and the story is just being a little weird, and it seems to me a little convoluted and weird and not in a good way. So I'm going to give this a 2 out of 5. Justice League number 6. They seem to be dragging this story out a lot. I mean, they're still working on like the barrier wall from metal and getting things, having a lot of change going on. And change is good, but they seem to be trying to cram too much stuff into one story arc to push a lot of things forward. And I like the whole ultraviolet storyline with John Stewart becoming an ultraviolet person, or lantern. A little throwback to the Flash car in here. I mean, it's good, but I think they're just, at this point, they're trying to really put too much stuff into it. And they could have, paced it out a little bit more, the big events and stuff. So I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5. Batman number 53. The conclusion of the Bruce Wayne on jury duty storyline, with Bruce Wayne trying to convince the jury that Batman was fallible, that he could have been wrong with Mr. Freeze. So it's kind of a Batman does the 12 Angry Men storyline. It was, I think this is one of the weaker story arcs of Batman as of late. Of course, they are showing previews, or I don't want to say previews, but ads for Batman Damned, which looks really good. Definitely going to want to pick that up. It's a 3-issue oversized prestige format coming out in September. But this one was okay, and there is kind of a new thing going on here. If you read it and saw the last page, you'll understand what I'm getting at. But I'm hoping it'll pick up a tad. It's been kind of off since issue 50. But I'm going to give this a 3.4. Analog. This has him coming back from his trip to Japan to find out that another runner was murdered, and that runner was using his name, the character's name. It's Jack. I can't remember. I don't know why I cannot remember his name. Was posing as him, and he's trying to figure out was he killed because people thought he was him, or for other reasons. So it's a nice little story and introduces a villain from his past. I like this series. It's got a good thriller, mystery, sci-fi thing going on here. So I recommend it. I'm going to give this a 3.75 out of 5. Gideon Falls. A very, very good series. It's really kind of creepy. They've settled up kind of the mystery a bit of the Black Barn, or gave a couple of answers. And who the murderer was originally from the priest's end of the story, but there's also having problems with the names, the crazy guy who had the visions with his therapist, and they figured out certain things about the barn and why there's this vacant lot in the area that they've been gentrifying a lot. You figure that's where the barn is, and they want to rebuild it. Yeah, get some answers. So this is good. I'm going to give this a 4.25 out of 5. Now this here is something that I was really surprised about. Excuse me. XMen Extermination #1. I almost didn't pick this up just because I've been really unimpressed with the X-Men series as of late, the ones that I've read. Gold started out okay, went downhill fast. Blue wasn't very good. Red was horrible. Excuse me. And then I heard about this, and I was like, okay, let me just, if I have money, I'll pick it up. And I did, and I'm very glad that I did. It's a really good story. It starts out in Central Park, 20 years from now, with the Xavier Institute being wiped out, just destroyed. And you have shows a couple of dead bodies, and then jumps to the present day with a couple of French kids, mutants, being transported into the midst of a anti-mutant rally, and they get saved by pretty much the original X-Men plus a couple other people. And thus, with no memory of who they were, where they came from, and thus starts the mystery of what's going on, who's causing the problems that they're having. Nice big surprise at the end. I recommend you pick this up if you haven't picked it up. I've heard that it's setting up the Uncanny X-Men series coming back. And if the Uncanny X-Men series is anything like this, I'm going to be picking it up. I am giving this a 4.5 out of 5. And now for the book of the week, Baby Teeth, number 12. I thought this was going to be at least a 12-issue series when I picked it up, because, in the first comic, it jumps back a year. It starts at one point and goes back a year, and it was going to lead up to that point. And this is 12, and there is more issues to it. It is continually a really really good story. You have Sadie trying to find Clark, who has been shunted into the other realm with his father, and his real father, Satan, or as Dana Carvey said, Satan, and trying to get in there. And I am thoroughly enjoying this book. It is still very well done, still incredible. The art changes a little bit here and there, and it's a tad scratchy at times. But I think that kind of works for the story that it is. Sort of like Gideon Falls. It's not the clean, nice art that you get from stuff like people like Jim Lee and all that. But it works for this. The story it moves at a good pace and is full of interesting, it keeps you interested. I'm giving this a 4.75 out of 5. All right, that's it for this week. Let me know what you thought of the stuff that I picked up. Let me know if you picked up what I did, and like and subscribe. Talk to you later. Bye.